Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosie Anchor and it's like investigators.
Hello.
Oh, so I have blurred background, huh? I am deep. So the weird thing is like it's not great for jewelry because it sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't, but that's okay. But so guys, I am telling you, I'm a little slow today. I was telling Karina, I'm feeling good otherwise, but my energy is so slow, and Karina was confirming, right, Karina? That
Hmm.
it's just like dealing with the whole mess is like it's like the Twilight Zone feeling, maybe. Oh, where am I? What time is it? Oh, so
Total.
so that's that. And so yeah, yesterday's video was quite short, and I think Quinn, right, today is also right, Quinn.
Hmm.
We want to kind of take it easy a little bit until we, I don't want to say get back in the groove, but just it's interesting. It's like doing this without it sounds weird expectations, right? Because at the same time, like we
Right.
said.
Well, and we've expended a lot of energy to stay in
Hmm.
that space that it took us to stay in since November 5th. We
Hmm.
haven't allowed ourselves any downtime, very much, little at least. And so we're just recuperating our energy back. That's why we're both a little slow and feeling lethargic, but
Yeah.
also feeling topsy-turvy because
Hmm.
everything feels upside down right now.
That's right.
So probably we're not the only ones feeling that way.
That's right. That's right. And Karina, so I wanted to thank you guys for such nice comments and messages. And it was surprising. I don't know why, right? Karina? It was like I was
Yeah.
to you. It was so sweet. It was very sweet of everybody. Okay.
Yes, I want to say thank you too. That meant the world to us,
Hmm.
and it really gave, me, and I would like, I believe Rosie too, encouragement to just stay the course and do what we've been doing. And we
Hmm.
really look forward to doing this together too.
That's right. That's right. And then and then everybody, by the way, everybody's sending me this smartelections.us website. I'm not gonna, right now, it's just because anything, honestly, when I was saying earlier, right, when you said, oh, I'm so burned out from like anything that we have to do, like we kind of need to do like lighter kind of work for the next, I don't know, until we feel more energized mentally, right?
Yeah.
Because I think looking at that's great, there's a website that explains everything, but just
Hmm.
not now,
And
right? Not right
right.
now. So,
For me, I'm trying to find the balance because too, the energy is still, I feel light and good, like there's still goodness coming. But when you look out on any social media site or the news, it is dark, heavy, and horrific. So
mhm,
we're also trying to balance that energy.
mhm.
So
Oh,
that
and
is
And
hard.
something, Corinna, something else that you said that I think everybody should know, which is creepy, but it's the world we're living in now.
Hmm.
So Corinna was saying that because I noticed this too. So I opened. She was talking about her son was alerting her to he said, "Mom, why are you following?" Right? Go ahead, Corinna.
Hmm.
Talk about the story about JD Vance.
He called me on his, or when he got to school this morning, and he said, "You're following JD Vance on Instagram." And I said, "No, I'm not." He goes, "Yes, you are." And he knew I wouldn't be, but he said that he was alerted from one of his friends back in Georgia that check your Instagram account because she ended up on JD Vance's follow one of his followers, and so she sent out to all her contacts that this could have happened to you too. And sure enough, like within 2 or 3 minutes, there was over like 38 or 40 contacts already that said, "Oh my gosh, I'm following him." So they were pulling people off Instagram. Apparently, his account only started 2 days ago, so it's pulling people onto his account and the propaganda is already starting. So, make sure you check your account every day that you're not following him because I apparently was and I refused to, but it wouldn't let me block it either. So, there you go. It wouldn't let me block it. Now, some may be able to block it, some may not. So, check it every day and see if you're following him. But what I wanted to say too about that is one thing that made me so happy is that, my son is 24. These kids are on top of it. And it goes to what Rosie said yesterday about the energy of this time being different than what it was back in Germany when they went through this. And these kids are already on top of it. They're going, "Oh, hell no. we are not accepting this. We are not taking it. And so they're already gathering and doing their thing. And the good thing about it is they recognized it. The ones that watched the inauguration recognized how fake and phony it was and how different it looked from their lifetime of seeing inaugurations. So these kids even see the BS that's happening. They can see right through it as well. So we're not the only ones. And you know, they too believe that this isn't going to last because it was fake, it was fraudulent. And even they saw the faces of the past presidents and the people that we all love and how jovial they were. And even they could see the bigger picture that something's at play here because none of those people would have been that joyous on an occasion like that. So, you know what? Hang tight, people. That gave me such hope. But please remember to check your Instagram account because I don't think any one of us want to follow him.
Yeah, and we know that Zuckerberg, he came out. I mean, we know what he's about, really, what we have known for decades, I guess. But he came out and said that, oh, we're done with the DEI thing, too many the women in the office or something like. So he's total fascist. He does, this is truly the policy of Facebook. They will follow whatever each government wants in whatever country. So
Right.
it does like this, they will go with the program. That's what they do. That's their thing. So
Yep.
they're forcing us. That's what they're doing, forcing us to follow these people that we get. Like you can't even block.
Right. You can't
So
even block. So you just
so
got to delete
that's
every
right.
day.
So, and then, because I noticed again, I was surprised because I saw he came on. Not that I rarely ever go on Instagram, but I'm like, what? And then all these people that went to art school, like, I was like, really? There's all the Republicans? As I was surprised. But now it explains it. We're being
Hmm.
forced to follow these people. Okay. So that's the end of this thing, but that's this, world or whatever that they're,
Yeah.
propaganda world, not our world, but this is the danger, right? Anytime you like come out, you're living in this like you know, dystopian situation. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's not our reality. We're living in the denial land.
Yep.
Denial in the sense of like we're living in the truth, right? We
Yep.
deny the propaganda world. So speaking of the truth, let's look at Kamala Harris. Okay, okay, long story, right? All the stuff that we saw, didn't see, whatever. Like I keep seeing her. She was elected. She's the rightful winner. But the point, like, so this is the point about somebody caught, I don't know who caught this, but it's so perfect. You could see very clearly. She is walking with Joe Biden during the Trump inauguration, which I have not. It's apparently in the middle of the whole. I would never watch that. I can't. But they clipped it and it was perfect. So we'll go over it. And it shows again, she's saying justice is coming.
Hmm.
And like, why would she say that? If, either if it was like 4 years away or something, right? I don't think she would
Right.
say that. It sounds very much like she knows justice is coming. So,
Right. Because it wouldn't be 4 years away because they would get rid of anything that would be justice coming in 4 years. So it's not 4 years away.
right. So, okay, so this is a video, right, guys? So let's play. Let's play
When
here.
this woman
Okay. So justice is coming. So very clear, right, Corinna? Don't you think when she was talking
Yes.
was very much like that? Like if it was, let's see if I can be without volume because the
Yeah,
volume.
because the one I saw was very clear. You could see her mouth say justice is coming. That
That's
that
right.
looks a little choppy, but if you go and look at it
It,
yourself,
yeah, well, it was because it's very low resolution because I'm doing the because I sent you
right.
two records. Let's see the other one. The other one is here.
But yeah, most people can find that. And
There she is. Because we're just paying attention to. Oh, interesting. Okay, where is she again? Is that the one you watched, Karina?
yes, I watched the
Oh,
short
here it is.
version that you sent to me.
Hold on. Let's do it again. Yeah, and you can see very clearly the short one because it's okay. Let's just look at justice. Justice is coming. Yes, that's right. Now I
Yes.
wonder. Okay, so all right, so let's stop sharing. Okay, so this is oh, let's do protection, Corner. I'd like to ask for
Hmm.
protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. A greater circle. Greater circle. Step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. They create the good, none of the good, and so it is. Okay, so we clearly saw Kamala Harris whispering next to Biden, justice is coming. What
Hmm.
was she referring to? Let's see. I guess, right? That's the question.
Yes.
What is this about? What is she saying? Say she was just like you guys denying what they're like, okay, this is a joke. That's why they were laughing because it's not real.
Yeah.
And okay, she knows she won. That's why you see whenever you see her attitude, even if she has to leave, she's still peppy. She's still like this. So, what does she mean by that exactly? Justice is coming. What do you mean, Kamala? What do you mean? Yeah, we have the evidence. That's right. We have the evidence gathered. We have all those things in place, ready to move on it. Okay, why couldn't you move? I guess today's safe. It's funny, just came naturally to ask this question. Why didn't you move before? What prevented you from moving? Well, I couldn't move because I was a candidate, so it would have to come from Biden. Biden thought it was too risky to do then, that we can put it into place, and he shows me the trap. He's falling into it. And
Yeah.
still don't get, but okay, I have a question for Spirit just before we go to critical, because it still is. So the Supreme Court is conservative. They have said that Trump could do whatever he wants. Why, where, I mean, okay, we have kind of like made a deal to like, we're not going to ask too much of the how, but how really, how could that be? What is it? Okay, so interesting. Shows me a line through the US to Canada to New Zealand. So it's the Five Eyes and then NATO. Okay. And they could nail him for that. Okay. Because that's right, they have the evidence.
Hmm.
And it's saying he signed something. Wow. He signed something. It's saying that they
Hmm.
made him
Hmm.
sign something acknowledging that he lost the election.
Hmm. Yeah.
So so is that right?
That's what I picked up too.
Like, so he signed something, but why is he still there if he signed something? What
Be-
was the story? Let me just ask your spirit.
okay. And then I'll tell you what I picked
Okay.
up.
So why is he still there? What did make him sign? We signed that we found enough evidence to saying we're not going to embarrass you, but we have it all. And we're going to let you. Okay, but how can, does make sense, Gwen? Because my thinking is he's never going to leave. Saying, but he's not in. He's pretending.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So we're giving you go in, you do all of this, and then there's a wait for you to okay, it's
Hmm.
not that he's gonna set him free, but he's gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
So it's a temporary thing where he has to keep up the facade of the government. Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, so wow, okay, so go ahead, Gwen. Now don't say what you're gonna say.
Well, I was going to say that to me, it showed it where Biden looked at it from all angles at the end and decided what came to me was the decision was made to make Trump do it himself. Like, not that they made a deal with him to get scot free or anything, but there is something in place because the way it was showed to me that Biden felt it was safer for Trump to actually step down himself in some sort of way, whether it's a health issue or some sort of issue, that his people, the MAGAs, so to speak, can't freak out on Kamala, Joe, the the Democrats, Congress. It's a protection mechanism for all.
But
So
so
some
how, but
sort, I don't know how.
Yeah, but how can he? What about JD? This is the thing, because I do think in some ways you saw that Elon Musk was doing the Nazi sign, like that's their people. And JD Vance was caught before. There's pictures of him in a gun show where he was admiring Nazi memorabilia. So it's not like it's not the far-fetched, to see this is who they are. So my question, so how did how did Biden? I guess I'm asking you, Karina, because you saw it so clearly. How did Biden deal with the JD Vance issue? Like, because that's the thing that I don't understand.
See, I
How
have always seen JD Vance being, you know, not that he's inconsequential now at this point, because he is consequential at this point, but I still see him being like an easy target, like out, like, for some reason when it goes down, that he's just plucked out of there, whether he ends up, getting charged for something.
Mm. So
But
this is the thing that I find hardest to believe out of all of it is that they're just gonna be like, okay. Maybe ask like this, why would they say that? What is it in it? Does it make sense? Because to me, and it's not that I'm like we said, we're not gonna do like super deep like psychic, thing, whatever, but I'm still like I understand we're not supposed to know the details. We're not gonna look into it too much, but I
mm-mm.
still don't understand what is it about? Like why what is it? Like so what do we have now? Is it a real government or what? Because
So, okay, now maybe I shouldn't. There was something signed, Biden signed something the night before.
Mhm.
And I did read that he signed something, an executive order. I think it was an executive order that if there was no acting president, the past president would basically step back in. Why would he sign something like that?
That's right. Mhm.
So the way it feels to me is that Trump isn't real. This isn't, it is a setup. It is fake, that they can take him out because it isn't real. And everything else that he's already done and is trying to do just crumbles around him,
Mhm.
because the people, he's not technically the real president. He might think he is, or people think he is. And that's probably, to me, that's the only way that they could sit there and watch that happen. And they were laughing
Mm.
like
Mm.
it was a big joke to
So,
them.
so can we ask a question? So even though I'm trying to not look at the news, like I glanced and they said that Trump has pardoned the January 6 people, and even the police unions were against it. They issued a statement. So, like the guy Enrique Tarrio, so he's already back home. So that is real, right? That is definitely real. Like that's not, obviously, right? So what happens like in the case like what happens, for example, this case, the people that were pardoned by like what they just can we ask like what's
Yeah.
so this guy Enrique Tarrio, he was one of the head figures of the January 6th insurrection thing. So what's going to happen to him? I mean, this was obviously real.
Mhm.
I see they're all collected, thrown back to prison. That's
Yeah.
what I see.
Anything he did or signed wasn't real. He wasn't the real president to sign any of it, to make it official. So
Mm.
he's playing with crayons is what I'm hearing right now. Like he's coloring with crayons.
But for okay, another example, Quinn, I'll give you a concrete example. I don't have the link right now with me, but I saw this is it's like the type of things that is upsetting, right? So there's all these nurses that had starting date for February 24th, something like that. And they just received a notification that their job, like there was rescinded. So
Hmm.
that's real, that impacts real people.
Of
So
course. Of
so what
course.
happens? Let's just ask this case of these nurses. Okay, people. So what happens to these people who okay, they will be paid back with compensation, like for the months that
Hmm.
right. So okay, but it's saying it's not gonna last that long. It may be that
No.
I feel like what I'm understanding here is that they may even the days start it may and again, guys, don't take it too seriously. Now that we don't want to I don't want to talk about it, like don't take it like, oh, but you said no. It's just what I'm picking up here. Okay, because again, it's all very fluid, but I see that they have the starting date, but that before the starting date, it will be rescinded back. I don't know how you say it. Will undo what they did, is what I
Right.
understand. So it could
Right.
happen sooner than we think. So, okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Because there can't be too much, because this is real damage. This is real. in people's lives, it is happening, and it is, there are some things that are going to happen.
Mm,
So, that we have to buckle up for, but I don't really believe it's going to last too long.
mm,
I think it's going to have to be a quicker thing, because otherwise it would be, we can't let it go to complete destruction either. You know, I really don't see us going that far down the hole. I don't. So
mm.
we'll just kind of have to play this one out.
Okay, all right, all right. So let's see. Anything else Spirit like to touch? That's right. It's saying this thing you don't. It tells me you guys don't know. Just the way you didn't know anything, you couldn't predict nine. Nobody could have predicted 9/11 because it was so impossible. Just as the way that J January 6th happened or COVID came to right. So all these different things. The way
Yeah.
it's not just the thing, but the way that it came into the world,
Yeah.
like the way that the structure of all these different things. It would, someone could have said, "Oh, I saw the virus fine," but how it changed life. Like, you know what I mean? We had no conception of something like this.
Right. Exactly. That's
So and
exactly.
this is why you can't describe it because it's just never happened. And
No.
it's uncovered. And I see again Biden with the Scooby Doo, like pulling the thing in this
Mm-hmm.
showing
Yeah.
Velma. Velma.
Exactly. And I'm going to be honest, my visions and everything actually have progressed in these last couple days. So I actually feel good about that, because
Hmm.
they have
Hmm.
moved forward. And, luckily I still see the same future, but I am seeing the progression moving forward. So that's good. I feel good about that.
Hmm.
Just, and again here, we've been telling you girls this whole time, it's uncharted waters, unprecedented times. We've been telling you, so believe what we've been telling you.
Yeah.
You already know this. So,
Okay, so that's right, because I was gonna ask, so how can we like how people that may be dealing, maybe working for the government are saying, just have faith and try to ignore as much as possible this, and if something were to happen, it will be undone. That's what I think. To
yeah.
okay, so that's what I get. And even and okay, this sounds like a really horrible advice actually, what I'm hearing here, but it's saying, let's say you're in a work environment that like they're adopting these values, try to not don't react. Just like, okay, sure, because it's gonna take up a lot of your energy. Try to like, pretend like, oh, like not try to pretend. I'm sorry, try to like fight it because it's just they have to like believe that they believe that it's forever or whatever it is, and it's don't waste your energy on that. It's not worth
Mm-mm.
it. It's temporary. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
what I got. So let's see here if there's more. One second.
And that's just handing over our power to them.
One
And
sec.
we can't do that. We can't do that.
Mhm. So yeah, and I still again, okay, I still see Kamala like coming back. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, let me just pause here. All right, see. Okay, so Corinne and I just discussed here, and so today's gonna be really short because I had a few more topics like what's happening in Canada and all that, but the energy level is really quite low, and I don't mean in a bad way. I mean like that's natural given everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a nice, I think this image of Kamala saying justice is coming is important. Don't you think, Corinna? Like it's a
Oh, absolutely.
right, like
Absolutely.
it's a nice thing. A nice
Mm-hmm.
thing to have. So okay, so
Yeah.
that's it, right? Gonna do you have anything else to share or anything that I wouldn't?
No, I think that's good for today too.
All
I
right.
think the energy is a little, we're just recuperating our energy. That's all.
That's all right. That's all right. So we'll keep going. We'll keep going. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
all right. So
We'll
all right,
see you
guys. So
tomorrow.
see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.